So today I'd like to address the comments that the Pope made this week about how it would be better to be an atheist than to be a Catholic, to claim to be a Catholic, and to live like you're not a Catholic. This is an important point because a lot of folks have really attacked the hypocrisy of religious people in terms of they say one thing but they act another. And this is something that we've seen again and again and again, and not just in Catholics but in every flavor of religion. If you say that you believe one way but that you act in a different way, it shows that you don't really believe what you say. And this, I guess, is kind of important to me because I want to be a man of truth. I want to be a man whose actions back up what I say I believe. I want to be able to give a defense for what I believe at the drop of a hat. At any moment, somebody says, "Hey, Steve, why do you believe that?" I want to be able to tell you why I believe what I believe, and not simply from some theoretical doctrinal statement point of view, but from a practical, here's what this means point of view. And I guess this is the point, is if what you believe doesn't affect your behavior, you're not living in line with what you say you believe, then you don't really believe it. And I think that the Pope is right on the money with this. It's better to just straight out be an atheist, to say that there is no God, if you are living practically as an atheist. And I want to address people right now who call themselves Christians, because that's the tradition that I come from. That's my home camp, so to speak. If you call yourself a Christian, but you're living like an atheist, stop calling yourself a Christian. Just say what you honestly believe, because obviously if you are acting like there is no God, that there is no judge, that there are no consequences for your actions, if you're cheating people, if you're doing dirty business, if you're being a hypocrite in your personal life or in your public life, then stop claiming the name of Christ. It not only hurts you, it hurts the rest of us. I would prefer people to just simply say, look, I don't believe that there's anything out there, and I'm going to live how I believe, that there's are no consequences. You know, it's interesting because this does actually goes across the spectrum on the other side. You recall the author Aldous Huxley. He became a vocal proponent of evolution because he said, this theory gives me the excuse to sleep with who I want to sleep with without any moral consequences. He said that. He said that the only reason why he, quote, believed it was because it gave him the excuse to not have any morals. That's what he himself said. He didn't say it that he was convinced that this is true or that he's convinced that this over here wasn't true. But because he wanted to live without moral consequences, he adopted a point of view that allowed him to be consistent with how he was living. So, something to keep in mind. If you call yourself a Christian, but you're not living like one, examine where your heart is. That's my point of view. If you'd like to engage me on this, I'd love to hear your feedback. Send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com, and become a supporter either through Patreon or through a direct subscription at radiofreespeech.com. Thanks.